My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. Spent a bit of time looking over the end of the last episode and trying to think what party would be able to do something about this. And I think the Man-at-Arms was a good selection. I think the Man-at-Arms gives me the utility to defend other characters on the field, stress management as well, mind, management of the opponent's speed, as well as, with the upgrade of Standfast, the ability to remove combo from myself. So especially for the Exemplar, 3D as our Man-at-Arms here, makes a huge amount of sense. How about after that though? Well, I clearly need the people in the final fight who get hit to want to be hit, and I also need them to not have a ridiculous amount of good tokens on them. So that's the reason that I can't take someone like another Highwayman, because the Highwayman gives themselves crit tokens, which then get stolen by the enemy focused vault, and then used to crit my team to death instantly. So I'm looking for people who don't hold positive tokens. Now, admittedly, the Man-at-Arms does hold positive tokens in the defense tokens. However, the majority of the damage that I'm going to be putting out from a party like this is going to be DOT damage, so it's not really going to be affected too heavily. It will be, a little bit, but it won't be affected ridiculously by the block tokens that the end boss may manage to steal from me. We've also got an Examinant Flagellant named Tristan here, who's going to be our second liner. The Examinant line is the line where low health, so it doesn't just lower the HP of your character in default, it means when you are on low health, you get great potency to your blights and buffs alike. So I'm intending to play a little bit with more here, the ability to taunt and give ourselves a token that heals us for every instance of damage we take until the next turn. Also looking at playing around a little bit with Undying, which we can use to damage ourselves by 10%, but give 3 regen or 5 regen to another character on the field, which should help try and deal with the fact that I have a couple of characters on this field who don't really want to heal by a percentage of their max HP, because we have the Occultist, Victor, who is... Actually, I'll talk about you last. The Plague Dr. Willow in the very back line, the Alchemist, who has the negative 20% to max HP, as well as the extra resistance piercing for Blight. What can I say? The Plague Doctor is an incredible way to get some versatility for support, defense, and straight up damage. Insane backline damage into the party. Very versatile. The Occultist. So really the Occultist was the kind of swing slot remaining in this build. And I was looking at the build and thinking, okay, so I've got stress management, courtesy of Endure, courtesy of Bolster. I have a little bit of backline damage in the Acid Rain and the Plague Grenades. I don't really have the ability to just lock someone down in the backline though. And also, just in general, when we have a Flagellant, having an Occultist makes a huge amount of sense. Flagellant has a lot of HP and ends on low HP a lot of the time, is more than happy to be healed with a negative a lot of the time as well. So the Occultist here, who is also an occultomaniac, enthralled with hidden cults and their trappings. Really? You would have surprised me with that? The Occultist here is also going to, yes, have 25% extra damage on range skills, and at turn start has a third chance to gain a stack of power. Those stacks of power will give us the ability to do even more damage, as well as stunning to the enemy backline. Alright, nice, good party. Nice, reasonable. I did some thinking before I started. Let's go. Oh, it's time. I've clearly got some more abilities to unlock on all of these characters, save the Flagellant, who has them all. Be very happy to see them.
Onward, and let us hope enough yet remains of the world.
I did entirely forget what my trinkets were. Apply on hit. If a fisherman's net is equipped, 15% chance to stun. On hit, if a serrated item is equipped, a third chance to bleed. I don't have a stained item equipped, so I can't use the Sickening Silence yet. Oh, +2 to Blight duration dealt. And if you're diseased, -20% to movement resist. Yeah. There you go. I should hold that, Willow. That seems really good. We do have a serrated item in the spiked ball here that I can get someone to hold, as well as the fisherman's line. I almost wonder if I should do that on Willow, who is extremely likely to start every round by throwing a plague grenade against the enemy's backline. If I can bleed and blight them at the same time, I mean, hey, sounds great to me. Shimmering Powder gives us the ability on a combat item to add 2 stacks of stealth to a target, as well as give them +2 speed for 3 turns. I'll just put it on the flagellant. Someone's got to be holding it. Of course, the Icebox. +2 quantity of looted food, and +1 to disease resist per food in inventory. So maybe I try and gear our vehicle towards the ability to hold a lot of food. That'd be kind of interesting. Oh, some bladed powders there that I can just throw onto 3D to keep our slots open.
You can feel it. A change in the air.
I can indeed. I've got a completely, well, I say completely different body. I do want to take out the Vestal.
Giving way.
I do want to take out the runway. It's just, they don't necessarily feel appropriate for the things that I am encountering at this point in time, which unfortunately also makes it less likely I get to unlock their skills to make them in the future feel more appropriate for the things I'm encountering at the time. Alas, I calmed that qualm within myself by considering the fact that I do have the Occultist in this party. The Man-at-Arms just makes a ridiculous amount of sense. And the Occultist, still, while I have brought the Occultist out on a couple of runs so far, they really haven't unlocked any of their abilities, and I would really like to. Okay. Got a Rampart to try and move the Widow back. You also daze her. Okay, I'd have to do full damage against this Urchin in order to kill it with a single sack stab. Dang! Thankfully, we still got it within range of dying to its own blight. Oh, and we did manage to bleed the backliner here. With that crit, we got 7 turns of 3 blight. That's actually, hang on, that's particularly interesting. So, 2 of our characters on the field, one of them being Tristan as our flagellant. What's the ability I'm looking for here? Yeah, Sepsis. Requires the target to have blight and for our own HP to be below 50%. Only cooldown 2 and 2 uses per fight. It heals us to 45%. Cool. However, it then also removes 75% of the remaining blight on the target as damage, and then removes blight. So the fact that we have extra 2 to the blight duration on Willow, it seems like it's an incredible setup for Sepsis. And we don't even have to rely on Sepsis necessarily, because there's also Cause of Death. Oh no, this is, I can't do this from rank 4, which is where I am currently standing. It would give us the ability to do the same thing, but for all of the different DOTs. Interesting. Alright. Returning to what we currently have. Oh wow, I didn't know that Sack Stab could reach line 3. That's cool.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
I mean, yeah, we already blighted. I guess I should go for the Rampart for the possibility of increasing a relationship by focus firing the same target. You know how it goes.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
We pick up 2 Mastery. Almost certainly going to be spending one of those on Plague Grenade. Not sure what the other one's going to go on, though. Oh, I could actually... I could see it being Sky Slaps. Because that ability slaps. From the sky, you know, as I just mentioned.
Rest now for a time.
I don't even know if I know the actual name of the ability. Abyssal Artillery. Look, if you'd quizzed me forever, I might have been able to come up with that. Boxing gloves. Let's, oh, wow. It's blocked by Winded and Lazy, which are two characters that would actually care about wearing the boxing gloves. I mean, I guess I don't need to use the boxing gloves right now. I don't need to use the whetstone right now. I probably don't need to use the calming incense.
Learn what can be taught, that you may stand just a little taller at the end.
Before each location, a chance to produce contraption items. Increases stacking of contraptions by 2 per stack. Let's have a quick look at our Wayne, right?
Stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly.
Getting the Radiant Flame and the Orphan Cub.
Radiant light will suffuse you with the strength of your convictions.
Yeah. So the Radiant Flame at the moment is plus 25% max HP, plus 5% positive relationship chance, plus 25% debuff resistance, which explains a lot of the debuff resists from the last run. Plus 2 speed, plus 5% crit, negative 25% to the traveling flame drain, and also lower Candles of Hope. Don't mind that. Public art. There we go. I think part of the salve in my soul for the fact that I am using the tool that it's named after the casually easier than normal mode in Darkest Dungeon 1, and it's also obviously meant as a helping hand. Part of the fashion in which I'm managing to salve my soul from that feeling of, no, I'm using the helping hand kind of thing. Not that anyone necessarily should feel that way, just that I internally do.
It can calm.
It cannot fight, but perhaps it can calm. Exactly. Is to recognize that I also don't have the full Hamlet unlocked. So with respect to a file that already has full completion of the Hamlet, I'm already running at a disadvantage. I'm missing a lot of trinkets. A lot of my characters just don't have stats that they will get after they upgrade. Like, we just got 6% death blow resistance for investing 6 candles in the Flagellant. Wild. Let's have... Ooh. Stress management. How early do I need stress management? You know, I'm gonna upgrade more. I'm gonna force myself to use it, and then play grenade for the other one. That'll do it. That'll force me to use it.
Spend what you can, for wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
Before each location, a chance to produce restorative items. I'll speed until the next inn. Ooh, another spike ball. Can I stack spike balls? No, one is a full stack of spike balls. Well, if I could get more, I might try it, but I can't, so I won't. What's the next area?
First of many forks in the road. Choose your path and ride out unbowed.
Interesting. Compress kit. Increases stacking for poultices by 6 per stack, and plus 2 quantity for produced items from mortar and pestle. I don't have a mortar and pestle here, do I? Oh, man. If I did, I legitimately think it's possible that I would have taken both of those. And that could have been really cool. Alas, we don't. I should still probably buy some things for the next area, though. So extra field hospital location scouting and extra field hospitals. No field hospitals and avoid the field hospital. Well, that's very easy to complete. Compress kit for plus 2 quantity for produced items from mortar and pestle and increases stacking of poultices by 6 per stack. So, like, increases stacking of poultices by 6 per stack, super useful. It gives me the ability to do things like hold poultices until the very end of the game, So I could just have 3 slots in my inventory for the stimulating poultice, as well as, you know, a focus vault doesn't bleed us. It also doesn't blight us. It doesn't move us. What other poultices would actually help in that final fight? That's interesting. Any that I'm aware of? Maybe not. Oh, now I kind of want to hold my money. In the Tangle, plus 15% damage. We're taking that book. How about we think about it from this direction, right? I've got Tristan, who can use... Oh my god, I don't have Acid Rain tagged! Oh, that's embarrassing. So Deathless heals other people, and More heals ourselves. Undying heals other people. Right, I'm tagging off Deathless for Acid Rain. I'm thinking about the possibility of going for the Sleeping General in the Tangle, so I would be able to pick up the extra 15% damage for the area relatively cheaply. Almanac the Tangle. Against that Sleeping General, I have, I guess, only a couple of concerns, really. If I can blind the Sleeping General, that's super useful. And if I can lower its resistances, maybe? But I don't think I need the Toxic Ichor to be part of it. So with Victor having the ability to hit the backline and the target at the same time, as well as Willow having the ability to hit the backline and the target at the same time, as well as Tristan having the ability to hit the backline and the target at the same time, it seems like Sleeping General is just a foregone conclusion of the boss that I should fight. So, with that information...
Anything that lets us travel further is worth the cost.
Totally agreed, Wayne. Totally agreed. Smoke bombs are appropriate for that fight. I'm gonna buy food for everyone just because I am gonna take a risk.
The rigors of the road.
So let's get the Occultist as one of the other fast characters in order, or rather holding the smoke bomb. And then finally here, I'm going to take the Stimulating Poultice and not use it right now. I kind of want to buy some whiskey as well. Yeah, I'm going to buy all of the whiskey you have. I want people to drink together and enjoy one another's company. How much horror do I really face in this area? Not a lot, if I recall correctly. I believe that sets us up appropriately. Grand.
Trenches and tents. The front lines of a war that was never fought.
Do I now want to consider using a whetstone? I'm going to put it on Willow. 5% of the time, Willow is just going to start around with crit. And if I get to just crit targets, that's a ridiculous amount of blight we add to them. A truly absurd amount of blight.
War. Rewards only resignation.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see the situation we're in. Immediate lair. Although one benefit we do have here is that immediately after the lair, if I need to, I can duck out to an oasis. I say immediately, there is a room between them. But there's also a creature's den afterwards that I'm keen on. Oh, time for a hallway fight. Give us a little bit of the measure of our party. Oh, we also just picked up a stack of food. 3 bread, hell yeah. Just gonna quickly bellow at you
Any
all.
being, however horrid, can be brought to heel.
Acid Rain gets resisted by one target. Can't get resisted by both of them there, though. I'm just going to use Abyssal Artillery to guarantee that neither of them gets a useful turn. Oh, come on, why'd you have to stress him out? Why not try and blight him? I know they can only use the blight move when they're in the back line and trying to move forward, do not worry. But it would be nice if they'd just done that instead, would be nice. 6 blight on the target, there's 6 health, that's the right amount.
Empowered, emboldened.
I'm gonna rampart push you backwards to try and make it less likely that I have to take any stress. See, there we go, you blight them up and then you die. And I don't have to worry about it.
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world to see.
It's not gonna happen, but there is part of my soul that's like, oh, what if you go into the lair and then just immediately lose? Okay, I'm gonna tag off Endure and tag on Sepsis for the ability to possibly just crush the general.
Foul winds and foul tidings. No doubt the source is within.
Beautiful. Blight him. Blight him up severely. Slap him from the sky. Blight him. Blight him again.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Annoyingly, the Arbalest in the backline has just enough HP to survive and get one attack off. So I should probably elect to try and defend the target that I least want to take damage here. Willow, you are defended. Hey! Correct choosing. Couple of trophic cuts against our frontliner. A diseased resist? Thank heck we managed to. Well done, 3D. I guess I should probably work on the other foot soldier first.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Although if I push it, it's not really working on it. I'm gonna stand fast. Oh no! I'm debuffed with cannot gain block. I should have known that. Oops. Foot soldier's gonna go down to the ground and have to use a awkward atrophic cut.
Well done.
Oof. Really?
Steady yourself.
I swear, do y'all get crit as soon as you hit the ground? Is that your thing? You're so used to being a
Observe
cadaver?
the subject carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
Well, both the foot soldiers are already going to die as soon as their turn begins. And now all of them will die as soon as their turn begins. Pop a quick bolster for some stress reduction.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Advance. Drummer and Bishop. Yeah, certainly increased damage here. We rolled a defensive formation with that guarding. gonna start working through the guard. Oh, beautiful. It was only one stack of guard in the first place. So we've already got through. Hoorah!
Let us hope to
Can't believe the bishop didn't even get to take a single turn despite having 2 tokens. Oh, the things it could have done with 2 tokens. Because the flagellant can deal with it themselves and the atrophic cut can't reach the backline, I'm instead going to defend Victor here. There we go, more guarding happening. I do actually have to add some additional damage to the back line. Oh no, of course it didn't. Dang. I messed up. I directly targeted the foot soldier, so I didn't actually expend the charge of guard. I should have, on Victor, targeted the drummer also. Well, this foot soldier's not going down to the ground without a little bit of help. Yeah, I mean, Acid Rain at least prevents another turn from coming out from the drummer. I think that's worthwhile. Death's Door, Tropic Cut gets interrupted. Yes, 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 you may run your defensive formation. That's not really your turn, it's just a free action that happens at the start of the round. Again, I forgot that I can't use Stand Fast there and gain block. Ugh. Oops. I'm gonna pop a quick Undying on our tank here. Give him some regen. And then I'll weaken and set up combo on the front line, and then exploit the hell out of that combo, guaranteeing 4 Blight for 5 turns. I mean, you did just crit a character who's immediately going to bellow the crit away.
Cooperation is the key.
I say bellow, I mean Boston.
A small foundation of trust.
I still need to be as comfortable as I possibly can be leaving this area. Okay, enemy goes down to Death's Door. You try and strike our front line. We manage to block. And the foot soldier is going to die as soon as their turn begins. Unfortunately, Undying is not going to have time to trigger here. So, realistically, I want to do anything that doesn't damage me. So, more works best. Pop out a Battlefield Medicine, and then get the extra...
Nonetheless.
Wait, oh my god. 3 regen is not 3, then 2, then 1. I was applying regen/DOT logic from other games. No. Regen is 3 for 3 rounds. Which means the upgrade of this is still 15, actually, but it happens over 3 rounds rather than over 5. And then we'll kill the enemy to see if I can get any stress recovery, and we can. Neat. Alright. The items! Oh, okay. Greater Gilded Mind is absolutely ridiculous on a Flagellant, obviously, who really wants to have the death blow resistance, but also now has the ability to take stress from allies and then resist giving it to themselves. There's also the Blistering Bugle. At turn start, taunt 50% of the time. Hell yeah! And then there's also the Reverberating Redoubt. Apply to attacker when hit, 2 damage, and gain when hit if your speed is equal to or lower than 2. This is, by default, true on Man-at-Arms. A fifth of a chance to get an extra action. Wild. And then finally, the General's Dream. Yes, locking our party from being able to move. I mean, the enemy not being able to move us is pretty good. Extra damage to corpses don't really matter. A book for extra damage in the Fator. I mean, this build, this party is also pretty ready to go to the Fator. Might even be ready to kill the boss in the Fator. Maybe I'm doing like a lair run.
He has retreated, undying, into a dream. And there he must stay.
I'm going to elect to begin with a bellow, which will hit the taproot. And in doing so, gets the taproot to start getting ready to pull back its growths. I'm gonna blind the boss. Abyssally artillerize. Counter prevention's way too early right now. Oh, I have a 100% crit shot. Yeah, 4 blight for 7 turns. That's what, 28 damage? Casual 28 damage. Punish for 7. Do manage to hit the blight on top of that. Love when the unsettling whispers miss. Some growths creep. Ooh, Acid Rain manages to crit as well as hit the back line. Growth recedes once. Roll Abyssal Artillery. Causing the growth to immediately recede. Okay, so in the first round, I don't need to use any of my... Or rather, I don't need to hit the taproots. I don't think, at least. I mean, there's no level of tangled growths on me right now, so it doesn't make sense to roll another plague grenade. Oh my god, we can't stop critting! We didn't actually manage to bleed there, unfortunately. Oh no. I'm gonna elect to go for a stand fast. Fair enough. Seems like time for more Abyssal Artillery. Just roll a standard punish here, and then follow up with a plague grenade.
Large.
Okay, that's atrocious. So both of these positions will be attacked with a dream at some point in the near future. I'm gonna roll a bolster for the stress recovery. Yeah, I've got to start trying to get on top of that. Good work, Abyssal Artillery. And I have no issue bellowing at you, which does hit the taproot, forcing it to recede. Sepsis right now does 53 damage to the Dreaming General. That should be how we finish the fight. At the very end. Good gosh. Giant crit there, buddy. Didn't love that. Weird reconstruction rolls maximum heal. The 13 on the self there. I can't risk losing a character, or rather losing a character's actions. Unfortunately, we don't also have the ability to target the backline here, so I think I just have to throw a bolster for 1 stress recovery right now. Don't love that, but seems right at the time. There we go. Dreaming General. 74 damage. We get as much HP as we can off the back of that. Enemy dies to the death blow.
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world to see.
Yeah, sepsis is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Alrighty then. 3D. Actually, Tristan, you should probably... I don't need sepsis in normal fights. I need it in boss fights. You should probably tag Endure. As well as take the Greater Mind, Reverberating Redoubt, and the Blistering Bugle go on 3D. Who's never going to be at the start of the turn order. Actually, I need to slow you down slightly. Oh, the flame sped you up. Oh no. I need to find a way to slow down the Man-at-Arms here so that the Reverberating Redoubt is consistently triggering. Other than that, hell of a fight, I think. Like, sure, we're not doing ridiculously well immediately after.
Trust your instincts.
Trust my instincts, eh? I don't like doing that. Creature's Den on the left side, though, has a pretty deep appeal. The idea of getting information right before I have to take pretty much exactly one path. I only have one choice after I get the Watchtower. So I'm not really capable of utilizing the information they're giving us. Now, I really like the machine parts.
Torment.
The creature parts. Thank you. Oh, I know why I said machine parts. I've just been finishing Horizon Forbidden West. Still hunting down Dreadwing so I can find an Apex Dreadwing so I can get the Apex Dreadwing's heart so I can upgrade me my legendary weapons. I had burned through all of Tears of the Kingdom, so had to have something to move on to. Time to Abyssillary Artillerize all these enemies. Well, I mean, I'd love to go for a heal at some point, but I don't want to do that while the enemies on the board are capable of dealing even more damage. Seems like a horse before the cart kind of situation.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I'm just gonna quickly yell at you all.
A miscalculation, perhaps.
Dang, I didn't manage. Please damage me, the flagellant. Only me. Yes. And then... you gotta roll some Blight.
Steady yourself.
Incredible. Yes. More. More. Okay, Firemouse dead. Ooh. Possibility of getting the crack shot towards death. No, at this point I do need to roll a weird reconstruction on someone. And 16 health out of it. That's pretty damn good. Hey, he's not wearing more anymore. Stop hitting him. I heal 45% at the end of the next turn. However, if I deal 10% damage to myself right now, I am going down. So I'm going to endure some stress. Oh, it immediately happens at the end of that turn. That's cool. Battlefield medicine to get us off death door there a bit. I want to roll bolster here.
On to the next. Hold fast. For who knows what
Hey,
lurks in the
I'm
beyond.
job security for our bolstering man-at-arms here. Pretty much guaranteed to be able to do that. Bello? It's exactly all the targets I didn't care about it hitting. 5 damage to me, but the dog never gets to act again. Sure. Got a crit token.
Rarely in these times.
Might as well use it.
Savor it.
And I'm gonna taunt with more again just to try and make sure that any damage goes against the correct target. That also prevents the Pillager Hatchetman from using a finishing blow on the target in the front line that had combo on them.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
I like that the damage I deal to myself with an ability also then turns back into additional health. Let's make you weak, set up some combo on ya. Oh no. 3D has now taunted. Definitely time to go for a bolster. And bolster also needs an upgrade. My stress recovery is not great right now. I do want to try and manage it a bit more. I'm going to try and endure some stress.
From this carousel
Unfortunately, we
of
do
horrors.
manage to take it. That's okay. The enemy's blinded, and I've got a dodge token, so I'm basically as safe from that as I can be. Ooh, you can't use finishing blow if you're moved backwards, though. I've also got a dodge token. I'm as well protected right now as I can be against this. Perfect. I get this final round. Roll a weakening curse. That's a prevention, because I'd probably kill with a grenade.
Collaboration confers advantage.
One more bolster removes 2 more stress from our field. And I'm going to elect to endure one more time to see if I can resist the stress. Don't manage to, but I would prefer to have one hero ridiculously stressed than a full party ridiculously stressed. Or a full party moderately stressed, rather. So we have an interim room between now and the creature's den. Oh, academic study?
An academic study. Full of the forbidden.
Oh,
And
what?
the forgotten.
Are you kidding me? Shambler's altar. Do I really? Tristan says, such a lovely shade of crimson. Then Willow's like, peace. The curiosity compels me, good sense wins. No, it doesn't. Let's go! I'm now a Cosmic Slayer. Oh, Tristan, you hold that well.
a star-spawned child of the infinite void.
That's unfortunate. Reordering this party has taken a wee bit of effort. I do want to hit a smoke bomb on the target, so I can't actually...
Mistimed, as directed.
Yeah, I can't throw it because it would have gone against the dodge. Hang on! What?
Observe the subject carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
I just used it, and the enemy had a dodge token, and they still have that dodge token? I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
What can we learn upon closer inspection?
Okay. I don't love that I don't really have a way to get through those dodge tokens. I'm going to try. Nice. I actually managed to hit through both of them. And that's really important because Willow has a crit token right now, which means I have to roll that against the boss. Okay, let's give the stealth and extra speed to Willow, who I want to be safe, as well as who I need to be able to just deal damage at the start of every round. And then it seems appropriate to roll more to force the Clapper Claws to attack Tristan here.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Alright, I'm gonna stand fast. We get clapped. Had to expect some clapping. What? Oh, okay. As it turns out, our stealth target will still be attacked. I also do need to start working on these tentacles. You can't just leave the same tentacles alive the entire match. They will just ruin you. Because every time they attack, they become significantly more powerful.
Cooperation is the key.
I managed to taunt on 3D again. Not really what I was hoping to do, it's fine. I'm gonna quickly bellow, that'll remove the dodge token. Blighting up the Shambler seems so important. Especially because the Shambler's Blight resist is actually kind of high. It's being brought down by the fact that I have 33% Blight resistance piercing as a courtesy of the Alchemist path on our Plague Dr. Willow in the backline there. Oh, that blind token finally did something. Hell yeah. The Shambler's Tentacle is going to get too many actions. But it's also going to take too many actions to take it down at this point. I have to fight the Shambler directly, again. Oh, we managed to blight and bleed there. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, this is all to be expected. Hey, it didn't even become toxic there. Which really surprises me. One damage to that target. Oh! Actually manages to push it out to a position not only where it will die, but where I am now capable of attacking the Shambler again. We do full damage, and we manage to connect the Blight, despite the fact that that is not actually exceptionally likely for us right now. We actually resisted the stress from the attack, but because it was a crit, we got stressed by that. Rude. The Shambler is already dying to their abilities. I really wish I had Sepsis tagged for this fight, but didn't know I was coming into a Shambler's altar, unfortunately. The other tentacle does need to die at some point, as much as I want to start healing. That character in particular is definitely the best at dealing damage there. Wow, if I heal the flagellant. If I heal Tristan, 3D gets mad at me. We are a cosmic hater, so we do additional damage to them. I'm gonna Sky Slap.
Another impediment, cleared with impunity.
Shambler currently stands, or is still standing rather, at the end of their turn by 1 HP. I'd rather them be weak and starting to roll their death blow chances. So, going to Rampart, which does not manage to stun, unfortunately. And the Shambler's Tentacle also needs to not get a trillion actions, so I'm going to Blight it up. Strenorious Lament. And you die to the Reverberating Redoubt. Oh, hell yeah! Taking out the lair, and then the Shambler, and then there's a Creature's Den! Price of Pride! Oh my god, gain when hit. Block plus a third of the time. On Bellow, stun enemies 10% of the time. Ethereal Dust. A combat item on one target, clear all skill cooldowns. Interesting. Hierarchy of Sights. If stress is equal to or above 5, plus 15% damage. Equal to or above 7, plus 35% damage. Equal to or above 9, plus 50% damage. We also got 2 Mastery and 100 Torch from that. Tristan hurt their relationships with the rest of our team, admittedly. But I think that's eminently survivable. Okay, so in general, the idea has now become 3D has the Reverberating Redoubt as well as the Price of Pride. You stand in the front line, you take all the hits, everything's good. Tristan, you have the Greater Gilded Mind as well as the Blistering Bugle, forcing people to hit you more commonly. You've got very large amount of HP, so as long as you use more, you should be in a good position. Victor, you have the Hierarchy of Sights, because someone has to hold it, and you do more damage than Willow, who also has both slots occupied at the moment with the Fisherman's Line and the Brilliant Brew. I've got to keep an eye out for the Fisherman's Net as well, especially if it turns out to be a serrated item. Hang on. I want all of these moves for the upcoming fight. I guess I don't necessarily need Undying. It's just Necrosis would actually be really good. Oh, Tristan. You can repair your relationship with people by leading them into battle here. You get 2 crit tokens, although the enemies unfortunately got some damage. Let's see if they get to use any of that damage. What? How the hell are you at the top of the turn order? There's a 7, a 6, a 5, and the 4. The 4 goes first. Huh? I still have to bellow. And it misses everyone, unfortunately, but it does remove a stack of dodge from each of the enemy backliners. We resisted a bleed! Sorry, a disease! I mean, look, as much as I would love to cast something else at this point, it still has to be more first. Hey, which didn't actually use a crit token. I was worried it would. This artillery actually managed to hit both of the backliners despite their dodge, setting up for a plague grenade that kills both of the backliners.
An unavoidable end.
Yay! Just get a couple munches again. Oh, really? The first munch diseased me? Rude. The Oozes at turn start. 15% chance to gain 2 Blight. I mean, at least that Blight will be resisted a lot of the time. Gonna weaken the target that still has visibility. Probably should have rolled out some prevention as soon as I rolled in here. As it turns out. Might as well bolster for some stress reduction immediately there. I wonder what a critical endurance would do.
There is comfort in company.
Nothing. Doesn't even use the crit token.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
Solid sack stab, buddy. Definitely gonna blight you up.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Knock you away a little bit. Interesting. I mean, Necrosis doesn't damage us, at least.
A simple variable.
Oh, I shouldn't have done it at the end of the turn. I forgot it again. Let's use more to give them a target to hit. Someone who's okay with it. Kind of want to roll an ounce of prevention as well. So I will.
Cooperation is the key.
Definitely time to use some Abyssal Artillery. Help us deal with the enemy backline. Or at least their dodge tokens. Some vulnerability set up. All the negative tokens on him, thank you. Beautiful. Oh, you're only healing me. I really want to use another bolster, but I think I'm going to wait until I get to Endure before that. And take this opportunity to roll a Bellow to remove the remainder of the enemy tags.
With them yet.
Oh, wow. So I will endure the stress of our backline Willow there. Then in response,
Compassion
quiet the howling
I get to
mind.
Boulder for 2 stress reduction from our party, and then at the very end, using a plague grenade takes out both of the enemy spitters. Yes, unfortunately, I have left my enemies with the ability to eat corpses on the field, but hopefully I'll have the ability to lock them down in response.
Measure out your violence and apply it judiciously.
Well, first things first, let's weaken the target that has a crit token on them. I don't want to risk it. Crit the heck out of that target as well, why not? I was thinking about, well, what if I sepsis the Carrion Devourer? Of course, it's got block tokens, and I don't even have sepsis equipped. Both of those are going to make it very difficult. Okay, good. So, Necrosis hits all of the enemies that are blighted. That's what it does. It's not needs a blighted enemy, and then it hits all of the enemies. It hits all of the enemies that currently are blighted. Roll more again.
Empowered, emboldened.
Mm-hmm. I'm just yell at him a bit. There you go, that one eats a corpse. The other strikes and crits. Heals us up and sets up for another bellow. Wow, they actually resisted the blight there. Oh, which they actually have a reasonable chance to do because these are Carrion Devourers with a bigger body. I really can't blight him. Yep. Only got 1 stress out of that. Lord, the debuffs are huge, but not enough. Start trying to blight up a second target on the field. Wow, I was really trying to put that target down to the ground before they started their turn. And didn't really get anywhere near that. Critical battlefield medicine heal, love to see those. We'll get Carrion Devourer in the backline on Death's Door before its DOT trigger at the start of its turn, hopefully taking it out. And dutifully, there it does. Lovely little positive relationship trigger there. Love to see those. I'm going to set up the combo and weaken on this target, because in doing so, I will give myself the chance to actually probably blight them. Never mind.
We can rely only upon each other.
I did say I was only giving myself the chance, not that I was necessarily definitely going to be doing it. 3D will defend Victor. Oh no.
Excellent work.
You're kidding me. So wait, with the crit and the that was a 7% chance to resist, I believe. Really lining up person after person to try and take this target out. Can't daze him for the life of me.
Steady yourself.
Oh, I can actually return to the previous state of things as long as I bellow once. Makes the most sense to roll more here, I believe.
Cooperation is the key.
We'll bolster past 2 stress, and then the person who has the highest likelihood of actually hitting this DOT tries to do it, and fails. We get munched in response. Honestly, that might have ended up pretty good for us. Get munched in response, we get another little heal out.
Obstacle in our path.
Wow, more is so good.
Abandoned or forgotten. It is ours now.
We have gotten a mastery as well as an additional mastery from delivering the chitinous appendage to the next inn, and that will also discount the combat and inn items there. Neat. Yeah, as it turns out, Mormor is absolutely incredible. Corbo was completely right. You should feel well vindicated. Swing that back and forth a little bit. I need some more stress recovery as well. So I do believe bolster is going to be one of the first things that I hit a mastery
Emptied of
on.
mind and spirit by some existential shock. The poor devils roam aimlessly amidst the trees.
Another academic study. Oh, some possible effect on their stress. Tristan, true art is sketched upon the flesh. It's a positive relationship trigger, you've become a cosmic hater, and it hasn't affected your stress at all. Interesting. Oh, hang on. Orphan Wolf Cub? No. Reggie out. Thank you. Oh, wait, there it is. Cosmic Hater and you're a Cosmic Slayer. Wow. I should really go to more Oblivion Ramparts. No, wait, those are cultists, right? Those aren't Cosmic? Maybe they're Cosmic. I don't recall perfectly. Oh, are we on the home stretch towards the inn?
Take up these goods and imbue them with purpose.
I intend to... I have avoided the field hospital so far. Damn it. So, Compress Kit increases stacking for poultices by 6 per stack, +2 quantity for produced items from mortar and pestle. Unfortunately, that was an alembic and retort, not a mortar and pestle. Ugh. How dare you. Oh, crow's feet. Some more serrated items for the party. So now I do have the ability to actually throw some of these in combat. Love to see it. Let's quickly sort our inventory. Yes. That makes sense. I don't really want to throw any of these away, but I also don't really want to drop anything while I'm driving. The Unwavering Standard. Gain on miss if first in turn order. I think Victor can just hold that for the moment. Now, do I have any information? I do, and that is that the left path will give us a loathing. Which could be free if this location is a combat. But if this location is not a combat, I end up with an additional loathing as a result of that. I'm just gonna bet that it's a
The
combat.
unknown awaits. Be wary.
Hey! I don't mean barricade combat in the road, by the way. I mean after this, the room at the end. I want to see in the room where it happens to be. I can understand why that wasn't used as the original lyrics.
Cooperation is the key.
I'm gonna roll an early bolster here. And I'm gonna roll more as our effective taunt here.
Well done.
Crit the crack shot to make sure they never get an action here. Excellent. Love to be stressed. I'll sack stab a target to set up some blight. And then acid rain the enemy's backline, full heal. Quick bellow to see if I can get my speed above pretty much all of them for the next round. Love it. Again here I'm going to elect to try and hit a target that I might actually end up killing, and yes, that target is now dead.
A breakthrough.
And unfortunately, the villager hatchetman in the very back line is not yet. I can get one more stress off of the party before then I need to kill. I mean, I guess I'm glad that I still have stress recovery in items from the previous inn that I didn't use.
Unpleasant in the extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
Still got an open slot in the old inventory, so I'll charge on ahead. Good lord. A lot of academic stuff here. So, positive quirks are what we get rewarded from this. So getting another positive quirk on Tristan, who is already fully stacked, would just replace one of their positives. So instead, Victor.
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
Oh, wow. Obsidian drone pipe. A third of a chance to stun a random enemy on turn start. And a 10% chance to stun a random ally on turn start. Oh boy. I mean, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna drop the Unwavering Standard, giving us our slot back. Only while I can really afford to right now am I gonna play around with that and see how it goes, you know? Maybe it turns out to be incredible. You know, like the Pocket Watch, the broken Pocket Watch. That was great. And it took a little bit of setup, but it was great. Oh, never mind. These enemies are dual type Cosmic and Cultist. So I do get to keep my extra damage against them.
Is the key.
I'm gonna give a Bladed Powders to our Occultist, as the first Trumpet has a chance to try and burn them. And I'm just gonna stand fast in the front line rather than trying to defend anyone. My whole party got to move before... No, not my whole party, actually. Just most of my party got to move before any of them. Oh wow, the Herald actually did get stunned. Yay! And actually it's dead to the Blight now. Oh, that's actually really good. Weakening a target? Yeah, no. I'm gonna hit the altar and we do 2 damage as well as remove its block plus token, making it a bit more vulnerable to damage in the future. Unfortunately, there is a taunt in the front line, although it is on a target who I do want to hit with a weaken. So, Guess I'm glad to see how that ended up turning out. That target has 10 regen for the next 2 turns, so blighting them up doesn't really seem to make a huge amount of sense here. I'm going to elect to taunt heavily instead. Okay, Bone Weaving at least didn't heal their backline.
Early results are encouraging.
An ounce of prevention right now in order to prevent bleeds. Honestly, it's not really going to change anything about the outcome. But I can't reach the altar this round anyway. Fine. I'll roll an ounce of prevention.
We can rely only upon each other.
Quick bellow at all the enemies, debuffing all of their speed. Happy to see that.
A brilliant conclusion.
Mm-hmm. That's enough to guarantee the altar dies. I'm blinded. Rude. Yeah, that about makes sense. Back to full HP at the end of that turn at the absolute least. And here, I think it only makes sense for me to use the turn removing 2 stress. Actually, come to think of it,
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
I think I just realized what the better play was, and that's to try and rampart move the Evangelist backwards,
Carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
which would force them to have to use Rush Judgment in response. So not Blood Commune and not Blood Bond, so not critting 2 targets and not critting 1 target with additional stress damage. I will actually again weaken the target that has all that excess damage on him at the moment. All that excess damage being crit, mind. Sure. Let's try and force a Rush Judgment here. Hey. I mean, yeah, the stress on the party is ridiculous and way too much, and I don't like it. I wish I'd upgraded Bolster earlier. But more has been really, really powerful, and so is the Blade Grenade, so I can't really be that sad about the things I ultimately did elect instead to upgrade. 13 gets the Evangelist in the front line down on the ground. I don't want to deal 13 manual damage to them before that in order to get them there, so instead I'm going to start working on the second target.
Stupendous.
As it turns out, maybe it was possible. So both of the enemies... Oh, wow. Both of the enemies are going down to Death's Door, but that's because of the Reverberating Redoubt. And then it's DOT on the frontline target. And then both of them are going to die as soon as their turn begins. So I have an opportunity here to roll a couple extra recovery actions. Some Battlefield Medicine here. So a positive relationship trigger there, just saying.
We can rely only upon each other. A simple variable, easily resolved. A petty hindrance.
No more stress recovery before the end there, unfortunately, but we do manage to get through.
Threats await those who dare.
I only just realized how good my Cosmic Slaying party is going to be against the Cultist Cosmic Exemplar. Dark Impulse. Plus 20% to healing given, negative 20% to healing received from skills. So the flagellant healing themselves, surely, would only benefit from that. Bulwark Band. On turn start, possibility of dodging. No, don't really care about that at all. Would probably drop it immediately.
Whispers.
When I say will probably, what I mean is will. Yeah, there's still more roads, so I should still drop one final thing before moving forward here. Sickening Silence. If stained item is equipped, apply to attacker when hit. If diseased, 6 Blight. We got the oozes. Holy crumbs. I think this is incredible. I think it's hilarious as well. I'm going to replace probably Fisherman's Line with a Greater Gilded Mind. Maybe eventually. Don't need to do it right now, though. Blistering Bugle. It's also difficult to commit to dropping that, because what if this is a bad combination that I don't want? I really hope it isn't. This is wild. Unfortunately, I don't have any other things that I can just join together. I mean, I can throw in a Bladed Powder. Probably the easiest thing to do, honestly. Okay, that didn't take up a slot. It stacked with stuff we had previously. Just needed to very quickly check. Oh! An inoculant. Extra disease resist. Oh.
We would come here in summers of years gone to write, think, and rest.
Alright. 3D? It's now a bracket. Well, on hit, 10% chance to taunt. That's usually reasonable for you. Tristan's a tracker, plus 100% to rough patch scouting, and Willow is a Fator Scrounger. I believe Willow is also maybe a Fator damage? Something. We do get our compress kit. And we also get 3 mastery. Alright, let's have a look at the provisioner first.
Precious relics remind us of a time before the end.
Oh, spacious storage trunk for extra space. Good.
The means of mastery.
I've also got extra damage for the
Provinces
Fator.
and tribes of our land, crumbling and undone.
Annoying. So I've got the plus 15% damage for the Fator, but I wouldn't be able to complete the goal. Completing it with no Stagecoach item equipped. Obviously, I'm not going to do that if I have the ability to get plus 15% damage in the area instead. There's a bunch of DOTs in that area as well. What's up here? Select route, only practice in pain, rest comes after death. Yeah, no special effect from this inn. 8 mastery at this point. That is a lot. That is a
Planning and
lot.
mindfulness, as vital to survival as sharpened steel.
I mean, I'm definitely not using the second book.
Experimentation. Your academic instincts serve you well.
Okay. Let's have a quick look at our in items as well. Blocked by Winded and Lazy, what our front 2 liners are. Still reeling. Whiskey bottle for positive relationship charges between people, possibly, or negative. Nice. Tristan and Victor, how do you feel about one another? Neutral? Tristan and Willow really need to feel better about one another. And they do. Grand. With one more flask, we get you above 8. And with one flask between 3D and Willow, everyone in the party is above 8. Especially considering I did have a meltdown, toxic rather. This is good. It's really good. It's nice. It's good and nice. It's nice. And good and powerful and strong. I mean, I get extra disease resist for the extra food that I have, but at the same rate, like, I don't need the extra disease resist. Mop and Bucket is blocked by Lazy. And that's... Oh. Victor. Excellent. So until the next end, 5% chance at the start of each round to become strengthened or dodge. In fact, probably both of them can occur. Knotted Dug Rope is blocked by Winded and Lazy. Again, our front two liners seem not to want to play. I can use some calming incense as well, though, for our frontliners. Yeah, there's no reason for me to stack a ridiculous amount of food. I just use the food. That's what the food is for. As for extra disease resist, I mean, the Tristan already has the disease. Don't need to do anything for that. Extra disease resist for Willow in the back line, maybe? Because if you do become diseased, you lose all of your movement resistance, but even that isn't that awful. You're a Fater Scrounger. Anyone else a Fate or anything? Oh no, Tracker replaced the positive that Tristan had. What was it? I don't think it was huge, thankfully. Yeah, we got the plus 15% damage and Phaetra in the next area as well. Cool. Extra speed. Oh, the big problem is that enemies in the Phaetra will actually ignore Blight like a lot of the time. So I'm just gonna be forcing them to hit me, and they're just gonna resist Blight constantly. I'm not gonna like that. I'm gonna get speed, and I will go for the disease resist on 3D, who's most likely to take as many hits as are coming out. Whetstone for Willow. Do I really want to just roll the boxing gloves here? Yeah. Oh, it also gave Victor on guard. Plus on speed and 2 dodge at the start of the round, and also increased the relationship critically between Victor and Willow. Really amazing. Okay, Bellow needs an upgrade. What else? What else? What else? Willow upgrading Ounce of Prevention seems extraordinarily impactful, similar to Noxious Blast, which will also upgrade. Bolster, Stress Recovery, knew that from the start. So Rampart upgrades to now possibly have the ability to stun a target if that target has combo set up on them. And we do have the ability to set up combo on targets, courtesy of our Occultist. Speaking of our Occultist doesn't really have any great actions. Vulnerability Hex for the ability rather, here to penetrate through someone's dodge. Seems neat. Realistically, what I think I want right now on Victor is the ability to utilize the damage tokens that they get. So Demon's Pull, having the ability to pull someone from the very back of the party to the very front of the party, apply a combo token to them, and if I have 2 damage tokens or 2 power tokens, also stun the enemy? That's pretty sick. Weakening Curse for removing crit as well as giving double weaken to a target? I don't actually think I need that. It's good for setting up combo on someone though. Abyssal Artillery needs an upgrade. Sacrificial Stab also having the ability to gain the power token when it kills a target is something worth playing around a lot of the time, I think, here. 3D. I think you should get some things, but what and when? Tristan, I worry that in the next area, I'm gonna need some healing from you on other people. And we still need stress management to be good. I'm thinking of actually tagging off Punish. Oh god, no, it's Necrosis, obviously. What? I almost made a huge mistake. Quick Undying. .3D, it would be nice if you could actually remove the crits, because some of them will do it. Defender Plus also seems like it would make a huge amount of sense going into the next area. So I'm gonna do it. Cool. Let's make sure that Tristan tags off Necrosis and on Undying for the next area. At our Wainwright, I'm looking to...
A smoother ride. For a time, at least.
Completely repair the cart. For a Provisioner here. So this is something I really should have maybe considered a little bit earlier, a little tiny bit earlier. I'm just gonna get 2 Clotting Poultices and
Something
1 Stale Bread.
To ease the rigors of the road.
I mean, like, things are half price. This is a really good time for me to stock the heck up. Remove stealth. Cannot gain stealth. So, like, oh no, there's not Skitterers in the next area. Right, it's Fator. It's not Sluice, it's Fator. That's fine, I still want to go to the Fator. But there are certain enemies I don't necessarily have to care about as much anymore. Combat items aren't especially great. Just buy 11 stacks of stale bread. If my food stacked higher, maybe. But because it doesn't stack higher, the icebox is really difficult to actually maintain. I mean, I feel like I should buy every positive relationship trigger I can get.
Damnation.
Do I currently have the poultice stacking item? No. Dang. Calming Incense stacking would be nice. Inability to move. It's not extremely important. I really want to buy more stuff here, but at the same time, I don't need almost anything here. Healing salve, you know what? It's not worthwhile just leaving that. I'm taking it. Anti-venom will definitely help in the next area. Glimmer of hope, probably most for the rest. And then bear trap for some serration. And then I think I'm just going to keep the rest of this. This ridiculous bounty of gold. We'll select our Theta. They can't even hit us with the advantage. I think I prepared everything appropriately.
The tainted crop continues to spread its tendrils of rot and pestilence.
Oh, no, wait. One final thing is I still have 2 whiskey. Let's increase the relationship between Tristan and 3D twice. If either of those had managed to crit, we would have gotten them into a friendly relationship, making it much more likely that they would have formed a positive relationship with one another after this. Speaking of, hey! They didn't!
Cruelty and callousness have claimed dominion here.
Oh, God. More makes 3D, our man-at-arms tank, vulnerable. Bolster makes Tristan vulnerable. Thankfully, we do have a relationship positive,
A bond to be counted on.
and that is respectful. Abyssal Artillery will make Willow dodge plus, and Plague Grenade will give extra damage to Victor. That means, like, the opening turn, I'm basically just gonna murder the enemy backline pretty consistently. Very, very happy about that. And we're gonna have to see exactly how well that incorporates itself into our run in the next episode. Until then, my name has been Rhapsody, name of the game. That's been Darkest Dungeon 2. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the top left, YouTube recommendation down below, streaming bars of the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. I wrap up the thank you. And a special thanks this episode to Mr. Gibberish. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.